You're listening to the RMTV Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the RMTV Podcast. Jordy, mate, how are you?
Not bad, mate. Not bad. I think it'd be better than you by the look at that forehead.
Yeah, mate. Big adventurous weekend.
Adventurous. I like that word.
Adventurous weekend. Up at Newcastle.
In enemy territory.
Yeah, with my Roosters jersey on, which the locals were calling it a brave move. But
you survived, and that's what matters.
Survived, got the win. Oh, the Chookies got the win.
Yeah, did.
And, mate, did the Newey Marathon.
Nice. Good
3
job,
hours
Trent.
22. So it's a very quick time. He won it under 4 hours. He shocked himself.
And Para won for him as well. So he might have had 2 shocks the weekend.
Yeah, no, it's Para played pretty well, and it's very weird this comp. Para lose to Titans, and then
Hang on, no. Para get flogged by the Titans.
yeah,
Absolutely demolished. And then come out with that performance after the Dogs had just knocked off Penrith the week before.
yeah, and maybe Moses had a different approach to the ref this week. He actually he had a drink of Powerade, some water, and then he actually gave some to the ref. So
Who was commentating the game, but they're like, I've never seen it. I've never seen it happen. It's like, oh, he's just trying to be nice and make sure he's hydrated.
yeah, new Mitchell, or for now until
Next week.
until some controversial calls strike. But let's get into it, mate. So a very humid Townsville.
Oh, yeah.
Manly 38-6. The weather seemed didn't really bother them.
No, it didn't. They just dug in and went for it. So credit to them. They were at times they're a bit sloppy, but the Cowboys were they were just. It was almost like they were hoping Peyton would be the first one to get the sack this weekend.
I know, and he's still probably sitting back thinking, I'm still here for now. But
For how long?
yeah, dude. No, Manly, they just played well. Like especially like Fogarty, he's just finding his groove again. I'm fortunate for Turbo.
Yeah,
6 to 8 weeks, Manly have said.
yeah. And look, to be fair, it's his eighth hammy,
Eighth.
in the
Jesus
last 8
Christ.
seasons. But he's done 4 on each side, so he's even now. 4 on each side, so hopefully he can stay a
Even
bit more
Steven.
healthier. But look, to be fair, credit to Manly, they didn't go down after that. Like, they very easily, he's been their best player this year, so they very easily could have just gone, we've lost our star, but Fogarty seemed to just lift them up. The boys just, yeah.
Well, then, yeah,
Kept
Cola,
going.
mate. Canicola, him at
Canicola.
fullback, he's electric, and he's very much he's different now. He plays to Tommy, but I think he's a bit more unpredictable.
Yeah, he's a bit more, like, Tommy probably gets through a bit more work, whereas Cola just, when he pops up and it's dangerous. So, look, they're losing a bit of experience, but they're not losing talent by him going down. Like, you look at their back line, like, theoretically, they've got probably one of the best back lines in the league.
Yeah, dude, and I think in the back of Manly's mind, they've always known to prepare for a Tommy-less side. So,
They've had to do it enough over the last few years.
yeah, I mean, I caught it when Siebes got the sack. I said they'll be 3-3 going into Manly and Para this week, and I think Manly beat Para, but we'll get into that.
See how we go.
And the Milkmate, Canberra, 26, just beats Melbourne, 22. I think we all tipped Canberra.
I think we all did.
Well,
but
I think you and I did, yeah.
At least we did. We were smart enough. I want to pinpoint a single play in this game, and I remember watching it, and I was watching it with a mate of mine, and I was like, the last few weeks we've talked about Melbourne just don't look like themselves.
Yeah.
And there was a play. It was when Munster threw that intercept to Simisangi.
And he almost got away, Simi.
Yeah. But, like, Munster of old scores. Not someone else scores. He would have gotten over the line.
He may have dummied that and just pinned it, yeah.
He was 1-on-1, possibly 2-on-1 with a cover coming across. But the Munster of old scores that. And I think that's the problem with the Storm is they're trying to push things now because they're starting to go, what the frick's going on?
Yeah.
And they've gone, oh, crap. But, like, mate, if Munster takes that on, I actually think he scores.
Yeah, do you think, do you think Munster's second-guessing things a bit now? Like,
Yeah, I think they
should
all
do.
are.
Yeah, it's, look, and then they're going to have another tough match. Souths at home, though, so that could
It
be
is in
the,
Melbourne, so maybe that's where they break the curse. But, Souths are coming off a reasonably strong performance, so that might provide them a bit of momentum. It's going to be a tough one in Melbourne this weekend.
And the Finns just going down to Penrith, 23-22 at TIO.
Katoa was so close to kicking that field goal.
Yeah,
I was like, I thought he'd done it, and I was so happy because I just, like, the way the Finns have been this year, they've struggled a lot. It's their first game after Manly put 52 on them.
Yeah.
And they came out in the humidity that is Darwin. And, mate, honestly, they were incredible after that first sort of, what was it? Penrith dominated first sort of 30 into half-time.
So they
didn't
score. I think
what,
Finns
second
put
half?
24 points in them or something.
Yeah.
didn't it?
Well, 22.
Yeah, 22, sorry. Yeah, and like even at full time, the players had the ice bags on their head. Like, it looked like a stinker. And you think, wouldn't you put that game a bit further in the year?
Well, that's the thing. And a few mates of mine who are Penrith fans, I was scrolling social media while the game was going on. They're all like, whose dumb idea was it to play in Darwin? But like I had a look, right? It was a 30-degree game with humidity it was about 87%.
Yeah.
Right? In North Queensland on Thursday night, it was 28 degrees. Felt like 29 with 83% humidity. So it wasn't too different to a North Queensland game. So
Do you think optically next time they just all playing budgies?
no, they just have to get like tighter shorts, tighter shirts and everything.
Yeah.
Don't know if they can, but they've got to.
No, I mean, those jerseys are tight enough as they are, right?
Mate, what about actually just on a side note from tight jerseys, Tommy Jenkins. Did you see that ball he went up and over for?
Oh, yeah, that was unreal.
Holy shit balls.
Yeah, he's playing well, mate, and he finished. I think he scored the final try of the game.
Well, yeah, that's 16.
For the Iceman. The Iceman sealed it.
That's 16 on the year. The record in the NRL era is 30. The record all time is 38. And we're only in round 7.
I reckon he'll break it.
Like, theoretically, at this rate, he's going to demolish Dave Brown's record.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Brian Tyer's just chilling, doing his thing.
Tyler's just like, what do I have to do to score a try? Oh, wait, no, he's going to do it. It's fine.
And, that was good. I had a mate up there, actually. He was at the game. He actually left after 30 minutes. He said if you weren't sitting on the grandstand, he was just on the hills. He said it was that flat, you actually barely could see it. Because it's an AFL and cricket field.
Yeah, I was going to say it is an AFL field, yeah.
And I think it is AFL Heartland up there. I had another guy, he said the pubs weren't even playing the game at AFL on the screen, so...
They're trying to get in the market. It's part of the regional round initiative, which, I love the regional round idea. It's a great idea, but maybe Darwin's not the place. But there was a lot of fans there, and that's what matters at the end of the day.
Exactly. And the Wars across the ditch, 28, Titans 20.
I was at the ice hockey, the little Australian hockey league they have. Yeah. And I looked at the score, and I was like, 28-8. All right, sweet. Wars have got this in the bag. And then, I think it was the end of the first period or end of the second period. I've looked at the score and gone, Titans scored 12 points.
Look, Titans aren't playing that bad football. They're
just
definitely in
coming back.
games. Yeah, and look, I think Wires, you could say they're due for a loss. So they've been playing pretty good football, but
Tanner Boyd's back to himself as well. Those couple of games where Metcalf was back, you could just. It was almost like he didn't want to step on Metcalf's shoes and run the team. But I think. Until Metcalf's at 100%, you need Boyd to run the team.
And, it's always a lock. My mate had a multi on, and Dallin, he always scores. You're always going to see him acrobatically scoring in that corner.
It's always a freaky try as well.
Yeah. And the Bunnies, dude, 30-12. I tipped Saints. I thought maybe there would have been something. It was close for a bit.
Yeah.
I think there was, and then Souths just ran away with it. Trell... Solid game from him at centre.
Yeah, 4 tries.
I think it's safe to say his position is centre. We've always known this. Yeah. And, he was just steamrolling over his cattle, wasn't it?
Look, and it's come out that Val's not playing at 100%. But I think even a full-strength Valentine Holmes, Latrell still scores at least 3. He was just too big, too powerful. I liked Matt Duffy. I did say that he'd get a double. He only got 1. Yeah. Latrell stole the other 4. But I will say this about Saints. Sorry, they started strong, but you can just see that the cohesion's gone. Su'a, I loved what Su'a tried to do. I don't love what he done. I loved what he tried to do. He got it wrong, and look, he's now got it. Yeah, Murray tucked to try and brace, and Su'a went flying at his head.
Had a bit of Suwali and Walsh attached to it,
No, because Walsh slipped at least.
That's right, yeah.
Walsh slipped at least. Su'a was never going to hit him in the sternum. It was always in the head. And
both send-offs.
Yeah, he's gonna pay the price for that. But it's good to see that the Dragons have the intent to. There's some guys there that have got the intent to try and make something happen.
Well, that's
even if you got it wrong.
Yeah, that's it. I think there's some guys trying to still...
Some guys that are actually trying, you mean?
Yeah, and then, there was reports that, people weren't listening to what the coach had to say, and obviously he's on the outer, which will...
Sounds like another club that we've been talking about this year.
But yeah, I think even Cookie said it full time. They're trying, and when will their win come, mate? Might be Anzac Day.
Hopefully not next week, this weekend, sorry.
And then the Tigers. Look, I think Tigers, they've been on this beautiful honeymoon. And then they lost to Broncos 21-20. Reynolds back for the Bronx. At Campbelltown, I kept thinking this was at Suncorp. But
Campbelltown.
If it was at Suncorp, I was going to definitely back the Bronx. But probably the loss, maybe it was coming. I think Benji even said, the media's really been... frothing over the Tigers, 05, Benji Moore.
Yeah.
Brought back to earth a bit.
But I kind of like it. It was kind of like what Ivan said about his boys as well, after the game last week. It was like, all right, now you guys can stop riding us and sucking us off. We can go back to doing what we're doing. I do think West missed that leadership that Jock Madden with the 50-inch. Jock with the 50-inch has given him lately.
Well, yeah,
they seem to just miss that little extra 1% he gave them. In saying that, Dewey played reasonably well, but once he sort of, something went wrong with Dewey. You could tell he wasn't 100%. Moment that happened, you could tell the Tigers just slid off a bit.
Yeah, no, I was hoping to see Jock start. I thought he's just been playing unreal. And you're going to, when you have a star name player with Luai, he's coming back into the squad. We'll see what they do this week, the Tigers. But yeah, you got to get Jock in there.
Yeah.
I think he's just a very solid all-round player. That he's not too flashy and he's not shit. He's just in the middle. He's balanced.
Is it time where they sort of say to Twally, all right, you're not playing lock anymore. Do we move into lock?
And then at the back you got your Creamy and your Fluid Buller.
Yeah. How long until Buller signs with the Doggies? Do we know? Oh no, that's right. Gould's never met him.
Yeah. No, that's a good point you make. You never really hear Gus when he really talks about a player like that.
Yeah. The players that he wants because he creams himself over it.
Yeah.
Literally.
And to finish off things on Sunday, mate, 2:00. Beautiful day, it looked like at Allianz.
It was beautiful. About 19, 20 degrees, bit of sun.
Beautiful weather, mate. It was 38, the Chookies. Knights 24. Knights with the 0 in the second half. It was... How are you feeling at half time?
Oh, look, I wasn't happy at half time because I think 3 of the 4 tries that the Knights scored were soft, and that is purely... there is no excuses for defense that soft. I love that we come out and went 26-0. I love that nil part. The 26 is awesome, but that nil part means more to me.
It's good. It's you do it in one half, you do it in both. That's when you...
That's the thing. Put it together, do it in both. Look, credit to a couple of the Knights guys, though. Like Fletcher Hunt, hat-trick was amazing. Sandon Smith was probably their best player.
Yes, his old club, yep.
I don't see a world how Dylan Brown can be your halfback in that side going forward, though.
Right. First game back.
Yeah, but the way Sandon has played while Dylan's been gone, the way Sandon played on Sunday, I think Sandon needs to be the 7 in that team because you got Fletcher Sharp, Fletcher Hunt, you got to find a room for as well. Bradman Best, you got to find a room for as well. Kalen Ponga's still got to come back.
Too many chefs in the kitchen.
They've got Justin Holbrook has a great problem up there right now with who he plays where. I'd love to see Dill Brown get back to playing that running 6 he done so well at Parramatta.
Yeah,
but yeah, look, credit to the Knights. Obviously Lucas was out, Ponga was out, Brown's first game back. Thomas Cant, who's normally a bench edge row, front row for them, he was out. I can't remember the guy's name that came in. Manu Lewe, I think it might have been, something like that. Mate, he was hitting holes. He was doing good, but...
They definitely hit some easy holes. Yeah, I was getting asked, mate, what's going on? I'm like, well, I'm not the defensive coach, but...
I don't know who he is.
There was some soft tries.
Whoever's the defensive coach for the first sort of 40 needs to have a chat to whoever's the defensive coach for the second 40, because it's 2 weeks in a row. But, look, credit to the Knights it was a good game. I would like to see the Chooks be a bit more dominant over the next few weeks, but yeah.
You can sell it's coming along. DC had some good moments. I love that when he did the dummy and then bang over to Dom.
Yeah.
That was a nice try.
There was a couple of times where you could tell
not Dom, sorry, Marky Mark.
Marky Mark. Yeah, to go over Dom. But, like, you could tell there's a few times there where the offense just wasn't right. It was just short. Someone was a step out or someone was a step too far instead of being back where they needed to be, and things just didn't go perfectly. But, you know, that's going to happen. We're at that point now where they should be sorting that out. So hopefully that'll be good going forward.
Yeah, just some little things I was picking up on. A lot of short balls to Gussie, which just weren't working.
Yeah.
But he got the back.
That's the thing, right? And I've said it to you all year, and I've said it to a few people. Is when they're giving Gussie these balls, they're giving it to him, and he's going from either a standing start,
It's the timing,
or he's got nothing. They're not giving him something to run onto, timing it well. Like if you want to hit him with that short ball, that's fine. Let him catch it, run onto it, go there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens over the next coming weeks, especially this weekend, which is a big game. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But I think Newcastle showed some signs they're getting back to the team they were before, obviously, what West done to them last week.
Yeah, and look, high-scoring affair.
High-scoring affair, yeah, definitely.
Another high-scoring affair at Combank. Parramatta, 38. Doggies, 20. Yeah, I mean, look, maybe Parra did it for Trent, mate.
Mate, they probably done it for the 86 team that was there as well, the old Sterlo.
I think the old boys played a big part in it.
Old boys always do. Like, whenever there's an old boys day, teams just don't lose, do they?
Yeah, and I think they're the last team that won a comp for Parramatta.
They were. So they're celebrating 40 years of nothingness afterwards.
I think, yeah, Doggies.
I think there's a bit of a hangover from last week against Penrith.
It's a big game when you beat Penrith.
And look, to be fair, they're missing a lot of guys. Like Crichton obviously wasn't good to go. You know, Tuala then got hurt, so they ended up with Josh Curran in the centres. And to be fair, like that was probably the big difference in the game. Like Parra picked out Curran a lot and went hard at him. So, you kind of got to think that if they had a proper centre, whether it be Crichton or Tuala, they're probably not in that spot, are they?
Did you see Josh Adekars shot on Curran?
Oh, mate, that was a monster.
Dude, Fox has been playing all right footy. Like, he's in the back end. You probably say he's in the back end-ish of his career.
Definitely.
But he's playing well up against his old club too, mate.
You think that's maybe as well, that's part of it? Up against his old club, wanted to kind of prove a point.
Yeah.
It's a big day. It's a big Sunday Arvo at Combank. They had a good crowd there.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. A few of the mates were saying, mate, where's the crowd at Allianz? I'm like, it looks like it's 10,000. I'm like, no, that'll be over 20K. Well, and it was, I think, 22 and a half.
22.4, I think, was off the top of my head. So it wasn't a bad crowd.
I was banking on it was going to be bigger than Combank, but I had a look today. Combank was 25.
Yeah, but, I mean...
Two Sydney teams.
To be fair, 3,000 is not a huge difference in the grand scheme of things. Like, if you really look at it, like, you wouldn't notice 3,000 on a TV screen.
No, you could definitely hear it, though. Like, even by the atmosphere, it was still good at Allianz.
Oh, yeah, it was a great atmosphere. You could hear everything. You heard the Knights fans when they got up. You heard the Chooks fans when they were going.
A few Newey fans there?
There was a few Newey fans. There was a good little chunk of them down in the corner. Damo and a few guys that come down. They did go back up the M1, can confirm, up the old M1 back home. So that's all that matters.
The RMTV podcast is brought to you by FDS Eyewear. FDS Eyewear is your one-stop shop for quality, affordable eyewear. With the latest lens technology and weekly eye testing services, FDS Eyewear provides competitive rates over the larger optical retailers. Visit their store at Wentworthville Plaza, just a short drive from Parramatta.
Dribble of the week? The big news, it was, look, we probably all saw it coming. Broke on Monday.
It was a matter of when, not if, right?
Yeah, and I think that was the final nail on the coffin. I think Saints are probably trying to, have a safe approach to Anzac Day. They may not want to go on Anzac Day and get flogged. Maybe they will with the new coach.
Never know, right?
Who knows? But yeah, it's Shane Flanno gone, mate, after two and a quarter.
Years, yeah.
What do you think, dude? Reaction?
I think, look, respectfully, I think if you're going to sack a coach, he probably should have been number one. Like, this is now 11 losses in a row going back to last year. Nothing looks different. I mean, if it's true that Valentine Holmes is hurt, why was Val playing on Saturday?
Yep.
Surely you had someone who could have come up in a backline position to play centre or wing versus him.
Maybe Flanno was just trying to bank on the idea of, Val, he's played Origin, he'll cover Latrell.
Yeah, that worked well.
Yeah.
But, like, if it's true and he can't run at full speed, then, I mean, it just feels dumb. Obviously, look, a lot's made about Kyle and Kyle playing.
How do you think Kyle feels? This has happened a few times now. Well, it happened to I think Cronulla.
No, he was already gone. Oh no, Flanno was suspended from Cronulla. That's a bit different.
Yeah, okay.
So,
yeah.
but yeah, like I mean, look, I think it's going to be a tough one. I think he's going to cop a lot of crap, but it'll be interesting to see the team that gets picked. Because if he gets picked again this weekend, well, then you can't really pull in the whole nepotism point of view.
Yeah,
Because then it's like, oh well, it's just what they've decided is best for the team.
but
you
if
know?
he's not picked, then you go ooh, like
Well, but that's the thing, right? If he's not, let's say theoretically he's not picked, they bring Cade Reed up to play 7, and they get absolutely swamped on the weekend. Does everyone turn around and go, well, Flanno was probably right, probably too early to bring him up? Like, you kind of got to think about now, right, what's the best thing just to get through these next few weeks, build up. The latest thing that's been reported from Mick Karianis is that they were set to appoint Dean Young as the interim coach today,
Dino.
and half the board have said, no, they don't want him.
This is the issue with this whole merger club and the board. It's and some of the
It's two
things they
boards.
said during the presser. It's mate.
Luke Keary said it on the buy round. Imagine blaming the media for this.
Yeah.
Are you?
So pretty much they were saying like, oh, things should be worded better for the club, and they reckon that they've been tracking along well. I think you've got your new centre of excellence, right? Okay,
good
cool,
on
but
yous.
It's like every club's, most clubs have a new centre of excellence.
Bulldogs are about to open theirs. Theirs is getting built at the moment. Like, could you imagine if the Roosters lost 11 in a row? Could you imagine what the headlines would be like?
Oh, it would be.
It'd be nothing. It would be so much more brutal than what
Well,
the Dragons are copying.
Yeah, we'll never know though.
It'd never happen. Yeah. Well, apart from that one year in 2016 where we sucked.
Yeah,
But that was intentional suck, so it's okay.
But look, Robbo still stayed. So have they read the mate call Flanno gone? It's that old, you pull the trigger. It's like, all right, we're gonna have to blame someone here.
Well,
I just think they've gone like the way they want to play footy, and you bring in old boys like Cookie and Gutho. It's like I think they need a major reset, man.
Well, look,
This is the best time to do it. They've got the new centre of excellence.
losing
Wipe it
Little on the weekend would have absolutely murdered them. Like, because he's been great when he's come off the bench. But, all right, so I'm going to pose a question to you, right? So, the most likely to take over the interim are Dean Young and Mick Ennis, right? They're the assistant coaches. Ennis is the attacking coach, and Young is the defensive coach. Which one are you putting in that position? Because to me, it's kind of you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Maybe Dino, like he played for the Saints. I don't think Ennis played for the Dragons.
No, he didn't. He was
Maybe a game or two. I do know Ennis. He played for a few clubs
He
actually.
was Sharks and Bulldogs mainly.
Yeah, Bronx. Yeah,
he
well,
was up in Bronx a bit. Yeah.
do you bring in someone who's never played for the Saints, or you want an old boy? Look at Manly. Like, obviously, I think credit to him. It's working. Look, touch wood. Foz is, but
But as I've said, I still think a lot of that was in them. They just didn't play to their full potential earlier in the year.
oh, Manly have definitely, even under Steves, were looking better than what the Saints have.
Yeah.
Right. Look, I don't know, man. Like, they've just gone through so many coaches. They had Mary, Paul, McGregor,
Yep.
Griffo. Who was before them?
Oh, mate, well, Bennett was up there. Remember back in the 2010s, like they've gone through so much. And if what Karianis is reporting is true, and they've cancelled training tomorrow because they can't even put together can't pick one of them two to be an interim head coach for the year, that probably tells you that there is so much wrong with that club going to the boards. I say boards because, let's be fair, it's the Illawarra board and the St. George board. And if they don't agree, then they try and find a middle ground to be happy. But
So what do you
It's a bit
think
of
is
a
going to happen by Saturday, Anzac Day? Who's going to be standing arm in arm with the Saints?
I thought they were going to appoint Dean Young. I just thought that would be the most logical choice.
Will they find a way for Dino?
Well, if he's part of the problem and part of the issues there, when Siebes got knocked off, then the first thing they done was Mick Ennis's name came up. So do they say to Ennis, hey, do you want to try and do it for the interim? But I don't think it's right. Like, appoint someone to just get through the year. I'd love for them to bring a guy like Soward back, but he hates the club now. So, I think Young will get it, but I think there's going to be a lot of people unhappy with it, which means there's going to be a lot of issues out of it. It's going to create more than it's going to fix.
Yeah, 100%. Well, time will tell. We'll see who's there
Find out hopefully the next day or two.
on Anzac Day. But yeah, man, look, I think there's so many. I think they should base themselves. Well, the new centre of excellence is down in
Yeah.
Wollongong. Stay down there, man.
Well, that's where they train.
Sometimes you just got to move on from past, but it is 2 clubs as one. You got to make it fair still, but maybe they bring in Siebes.
Look, well, that's the
St.
thing,
George
right?
Siebes.
So there's a few guys being touted for the job as of
Yeah.
next year, full time, which is Siebes, Brad Arthur, Ben Hornby was thrown up as a name, ex-Saints boy. Like, Ben Hornby was a great player. Dean Young, obviously. Like, there's a lot of names getting thrown up, but I think...
Do we just blow the club up?
Does anyone want to go there with the shit show that it is?
I think even Win Stadium's getting an upgrade. So look,
Yeah, they're doing
like
some upgrades.
off field, they're like, yeah, we're going so well. Yeah, but off field, right?
Yeah.
Like you need to win. You haven't won this year. It's embarrassing.
At the end of the day, if you don't win on the field, what you do off the field means jack crap. Like, their social media team at the moment is trying to take the focus so hard. Like, the hardest working blokes in that organisation, the blokes and gals in the social media team, running their TikTok, trying to find anything they can to be good about. Like, credit to them.
Yeah, look, I have seen some of their content. The best ones are like, I think you've sent me a few from the beginning of the year when Flanno's like, we've got something good here.
Yeah.
Stick with
Yeah,
us.
it's like
After,
a bit late.
yeah, I mean, I think I almost tipped them in Vegas. They almost got up.
Well, that's the thing, right? They almost got up in Vegas, and then it kind of just went further and further downhill from there.
It was
didn't it?
like here, and then they plummeted.
And look, that Dragons Dogs game in Vegas wasn't the best game. The Dogs just got through, and there was a couple of times where the Dragons probably could have iced it. So they could have had a win already this year, but yeah, it's just kind of been like an aeroplane just coming into land.
Yeah, and all right, mate. What do you think? Do you think players are milking the hip drop at the minute?
Players milk everything. Definitely. I think, look, we saw 2 on the weekend. One got binned, borderline whether it was a hip drop or not. Obviously, we saw Nicarima on Friday night, and that's resulted in Kenny, being out for, could be up to 3 months with his broken leg, which are obviously not good to hear.
Nah. Plenty of bird watching.
But, mate, plenty of bird watching from a wheelchair, I think. But I think, yes, they are. But is this where the NRL needs to turn around? And I've kind of been playing with this in my head, is if a player lays down to get a penalty, right, and you blow the penalty as a referee and they jump straight back up, should it automatically, be turned around and go, nah, penalty to the opposition?
Like
because
reverse whistle.
Reverse it.
decision.
Because remember, was it Josh Curran who called for the ball, and I think it was Wyatt Raymond blew the penalty and said it was not in the spirit of the game?
Oh, like a few years back.
Oh, I think it was like last year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like he called for the ball, and you're like, nah, that's a penalty. It's not in the spirit of the game.
The spirit in the game, Coy. It's, yeah.
Because to me, if you're going to lie down for a penalty, right, and then the moment that whistle's blown, you jump straight back up, mate, straight away should be a penalty to the opposition. You should not, if you're milking it like that. But I think the hip drop's the flavour of the month. Players and coaches don't know what is and isn't a hip drop. I think sometimes the officials don't know, so they try and err on the side of caution so they don't get in trouble.
Yeah.
And we're seeing a shit show from it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think you can say that's where the game's at. Players will try and find ways, to get an advantage for their side,
for sure.
right? Bit of soccer about it, of course, but
Definitely.
look, I think one thing I can say is the Chooks do it so well where they don't lay down. I don't think Robbo likes it. I think sometimes, even as fans, you're like that could be a penalty if you lay down, but it's...
And look, I think there's a
spirit
lot
of the game chat,
Yeah, there's a lot of teams that have certain players that do it, but I think there's a lot more teams that do it than don't. I think... I know a lot of people will say, no, the Roosters do it all the time, but if you watch genuinely, like... On the weekend, Greg Marju shoulder directly to the head of Mark Nwanganita-Wase. That one where he's held up in goal and he tried to offload it back.
Right, okay, yep.
Yeah, Marju's shoulder straight into his chin, like blatantly on replay, and they went, no, there was no contact with the head. Like,
yeah.
Things like that. Like if Mark goes down there, like I bet you we get a penalty, either a penalty try or it's going to be a sin bin, something like that. Most of the time I like to think when a Roosters player sits down, we watch the replay and go, yeah, that was pretty brutal. Yeah. And every team has players that like that where when they're down, you know that it's actually legit. But yeah, unfortunately there's too many paid actors out there.
Yeah, mate. All right, and last week we're chatting jerseys, which was a bit of fun.
Yeah.
3 heritage jerseys. Now I think this week got a bit of feedback. I think most people agreed.
Yeah.
I think some thought the mining one was an interesting one, unique. But it is unique. It's a
But
unique
that's why I
jersey.
like it. It's unique.
Exactly. Like if everyone agreed on the same shit, then it would be a boring world, right?
Oh, we know that. Ain't that
Yeah.
true?
So what have you gone with, mate? I've gone for this week.
What have you go first, mate. What are your top 3 worst jerseys that you feel of? Let's go all time. Just all time. Tell me.
So yeah,
Tell me your 3 worst.
we've gone all time. 3 of the worst. The best of the worst.
Best of the worst.
I've gone the Sharkies 2021 Auckland Nines. Now, Sharkies normally do a decent jersey, right?
Yeah.
I think they got a nice bluish colour.
They use their colour scheme well, yeah.
Yeah. They've just slapped this like 3D image of this.
Oh, the
huge
Jaws
shark.
one?
Yeah, like from top to bottom of this jersey. Players are wearing this looking like they're at a
Something's coming
dress-up
out of
party,
their crotch.
right? Yeah, and that one was just diabolical, just like their stadium. So that jersey, that stadium.
I could
Shocking.
design a really good Sharks jersey. Some Portaloos around it.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, that's actually a good shout. You could have, Roosters at the Auckland Nines Bondi Pavilion. They could have like
A TFH hire.
yeah, redeveloped, like a Portaloo, ScoMo, and Buzz Rothfield's chair that they sit in that's covered in poo, and then the apartments overlooking the picturesque Shark Stadium, which has been renamed
Ocean
hundreds
Protect
of times.
Stadium.
Ocean Protect Stadium, yeah. Or we'll go to you now. We'll go one for one.
Oh, go one for one? All right,
Yeah.
all right. So, my first one this week, let me just find it. Here we go. Now, this is, actually, I'm not going to get that one first. The Rabbitohs.
Mhm.
I got to have a shot to South Sydney at some point.
Feels right.
Yeah, in 2006, they done that black alternate jersey, which was like all black with like red sleeves and a little bit of like a green arch.
Yep.
It just looked freaking disgusting, to be honest.
Just like an all black kind of jersey.
Yeah, black, but like red sleeve, like the arms was red, and then down the middle part here was red. It didn't look like South Sydney,
Yeah.
and I think it took away.
Was
from...
that when Brian Fletcher was still playing, or was he done? by
Nah,
then?
he'd gone by then.
Oh,
It was
I
06,
see, yeah.
so
Okay.
yeah. So we can't even blame him for that.
And I've gone the Eels 2022 Anzac jersey.
Oh yes.
It was just like they went down to the local preschool in Parramatta and said, "Hey kids, just blob some blue and yellow on this, all right? And we're gonna run out for the diggers."
At
on
least they
this."
put some red poppies on it. At least they did. They scattered them everywhere.
You got to do the poppies. It feels right.
Yeah.
Roosters learned that this year. They've put the poppy on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, very average. But Eels, credit to them, they have now
Gotten
done some
better.
nice ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, mate, stick to invest in maybe like a nice designer. Maybe the preschool kids ain't the one making jerseys with the blobs. And what was your next
Well,
one?
thinking of preschool blobs, I'm thinking of the Manly Anzac Day jersey that had the patches on it that they tried to
Was
make
that an
look
Anzac
like.
Day one?
Yeah, but they tried to make it look like camo, but it actually made them look like they were cows. Like it looked like like the milking cow patches.
Yeah, that one. That's a very unique one.
I love the idea behind it. It was like trying to do that full camo look, but because of the colours they use, like the Manly beige and maroon and that.
It was just Sea Eagle shit. Just
Yeah, and it kind of looked like blobs. Like, for me, an Anzac Day jersey, like, simple yet effective is where you need to go. And I just, like the Eels one, I just think it missed the mark.
yeah, definitely did that one.
Yeah, just they look like fucking cows, mate. All right, what's your number 3?
I went with the 2012 West Tigers, the yellow jersey. Well, the traffic workers, right? You'd think they'll be rocking up for work in Balmain
The
somewhere.
old council worker.
Yeah, and they rocked up in this. They had a bit of orange and black, but then just down the middle, like it was just yellow, and it was that painful yellow color, right?
Mm.
And yeah, that was shocking. I think they would have ripped that one up for the next season.
Yeah, I don't think that one came back after that game, did it? I think it was a one-time only thing.
Like, I don't know where yellow comes in for the Tigers. Were they trying to like play like the Eels or something? Or I wonder if they won that day in that jersey.
It's 2012, so the Eels were kind of okay at that point in time.
Oh, the Tigers were okay. Oh, I
Tigers
think
were
that was the down. Well, they haven't played finals since 2011.
Yeah,
That could have been the curse.
mate. It's the traffic worker, the council worker curse.
Yeah. And what was your final one, mate?
My final one, just to, because we like to pick on West here, apparently, just for today. I'm going the West Tigers Anzac Day jersey because some nufty didn't do their research properly, and it was the West Tigers jersey where they had the two soldiers on the front. One problem is the soldiers were actually American. They'd taken an American image, obviously, off Google or something, pasted it on the jersey. The whole jersey looked fine, apart from the fact they were American. And that's why it's in my worst of list, my best of the worst list, because at least get Australian soldiers in there, not American. And it was so obviously American soldiers.
You could tell,
like the first thing when it came out, everyone's like, they're American. And then people started reverse searching the image and found the Google image that they used for it.
Just slapped it on quick and easy.
Yeah, I think someone got fired for that, hopefully.
The RMTV podcast is brought to you by The Legal Problem Solver. The team brings over 25 years of experience in wills, probate, estates, conveyancing, property and commercial law. Connect with The Legal Problem Solver on LinkedIn, Facebook and Instagram.
All right, mate. So Anzac Day. It's probably
Anzac Round.
Anzac Round, yes. It's going to be a big one, mate. It's a special day for a lot of Australians and New Zealanders.
Great day.
Big day. Respect for the Diggers.
Yep.
In the morning, and then obviously some huge footy games on it. It's triple header.
Triple header Saturday.
Even the AFL do their part. They got their games on at the G.
Collingwood and Essendon. Yep.
So it's a big day for the nation. Very very emotional day for a lot of people who fought.
Yep, family of
for
those
their
who
countries.
fought.
So, kick things off, mate.
Well,
Tigers, Canberra at Leichhardt.
on Thursday night,
They're getting their suburban games in.
mate, they're getting them in early because CommBank's going to finish out the year for them, I'd say. But West paying $1.56, Canberra $2.42.
Yeah, I'm backing the Tigers here.
Yeah.
I think they scraped away. They just beat Melbourne. I think Canberra. They got a few things to do, fixing up attack wise still. I think Tigers bounce back well. 13 plus. I'm
going 1-12, but going with West to win. Then on Friday evening, we go up to North Queensland again. Cowboys $2.12 playing the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks $1.73. Sharks fresh off the bye. Cowboys off a big loss, 32-point loss to the Manly Sea Eagles.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going Cronulla. I think Cronulla are going to bounce back after what happened against the Roosters.
Well, if they rock up in that Jaws-like jersey, then...
Oh, I think there's probably a reason that jersey's never appeared again.
Yeah, no, I think, will humidity be on Cowboys' side this week? Or will Sharkies get the win after the bye? I'm going to go Sharkies 1-12.
Nice. I'll back you on that one. To finish off, surprise, we're in Suncorp. The
Friday night, yep.
Friday night Suncorp, just what goes better. The Broncos paying $2.15. The Bulldogs $1.70. Up in Suncorp. Now, last year they went up there, and I think that was the game the Dogs got creamed up there in the rain. But
Creamy, fluid Bulldogs.
Creamy fluid Bulldogs. No, creamy fluid Bulldogs. Maybe he was talking about Bullet ice cream.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's
it
what
must have been Bullet ice cream.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
yeah, so Broncos $2.15, Dogs $1.70. I think after the grit that Bronx showed back at Suncorp, I think they're going to get up because I don't know if the Dogs are going to be healthy enough to put up a half decent side at the stage. Like they got a lot of injuries.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Broncos 1-12 for me.
Yep.
I think they'll try and stick into the Doggies, but yeah, I think it's the win they needed, Bronx.
Yeah.
Still got a lot of players out as well for the Broncos. Like Walsh is still on the sidelines. He won't be back yet, I think. I think he's still a few weeks away.
Like there was talk of him coming back early with that special headgear. Remember he had the headgear? But
He did that last year, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he can do that with that injury that he's got. But the big game of the round, 4 p.m. Saturday, Allianz Stadium, Dragons home game.
The beginning of the triple header. We'll be there, mate.
We'll be there. Bay 5. The Dragons, $4.95. So they've just come in from $5. They're at $5.30 when I looked this morning versus the Sydney Roosters at $1.18.
Right, so they've gone out by a cent, okay?
Yeah, the Roosters have gone out. Roosters have gone out by a cent. The Dragons have come in by about 30 cents.
That could be just a few of my mates going, this is the Saints. Getting their first win of the year.
I reckon a lot of people at $5 put, $10 to $100 on the Saints just because, look, if they win, it's worth it for you. I'm going Roosters. I don't think it's going to be the blowout that everyone thinks so. I'm going Roosters 13+, but I think it's going to be a very late carry away where in the last sort of 20 to 30, the Roosters score a couple of tries to get away.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, well, mate, I've been looking forward to this game all year. I've looked at the conditions. I think we're expecting about a 21-degree day.
Dry track.
Perfect
for Marky Mark and Toops.
Yeah, clear skies. I think was it 2 years ago, we smoked Saints. I think we did put 60 on them.
We did. Last year was 48-12 as well. So
I think the Chookies, man, I think they're going to roll on with it. I think they were happy with what they did against Newcastle in terms of the second half. Big statement game. I'm going to go, we're going to crack 50 against the Saints. Look, as you said, they're reportedly they can't even find the coach yet.
Mate, if you've sacked your head coach and you can't work out who the backup's meant to be, the interim, then you got issues.
I think, obviously, by game day, they'll have a coach. It all works itself out, rugby league. But, I think we win well. I think even Fluffy Hugo, I think he might get another try. He played well over the weekend.
It's going to be a big discussion versus Billy when Billy's ready to come back.
They just play different in that Bondi Blue, man.
I love that Bondi Blue. Got my Bondi Blue jersey already. I'm so excited to wear it.
Yeah. Chookies 13+, big score. I think DCE might even get his first of Anzac Day try. So,
it could happen. Now, for my favourite part of Anzac Day, apart from the Roosters, and I'm glad the NRL finally done this, but the Warriors getting a home game at Anzac Day. It's been like way for the last 2-3 years.
Yep.
They used to play in Melbourne. Now they play at home where they deserve to play. The Warriors, $1.52. Welcome the Dolphins to Wellington, $2.54. I'm going the Wars, 13+.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go 1 to 12. I think Dolphins will put up a bit of a fight. They might have a bit taken out of them against Penrith. That was a tough game.
Well, and that's the thing, the recovery for them and Penrith is going to be tough.
Or it's do Warriors do they get that loss? Titans almost got them, but I think they'll play well on Anzac Day, dude. And I think in Wellington, it took me by surprise, but I think it's about 30,000 tickets have already sold.
Melbourne $1.64, South $2.27. Do Melbourne lose 6 in a row for the first time since 2002?
Oh.
Now this match last year as well. So Storm have won the last 2 against South.
Right. Was it a close one last year though?
Last year was 24-16 on Anzac Day.
Okay.
And they played round 16 at a core. Storm 25, Rabbits 24. So
all right. Okay. I'm probably
get up for Anzac Day.
Yeah. Rightly so. Look, they do a good thing down in Melbourne. They do the blackout with the. Yeah. It's a great pre-game. I don't even want to say my heart's saying South. Look, I think last week I was banking on Canberra. Will they go the 6? I'm going to go Melbourne 1 to 12. I kind of want to see them lose 6 in a row, but I think they'll just win, man. I reckon it'll be a bit scrappy though. I think Bellamy won't be happy, but they'll just win.
It's going to be very scrappy.
Come on, mate. Do it.
My head is actually thinking South,
Big Latrell performance.
Matt Duffy out back. I don't know, something in me saying the Rabbitohs will win. Yeah. But I kind of want to see the Storm get up finally. But, fuck it. South.
Done.
I'm going South.
Good. And I reckon you'll be thankful. I reckon they might win.
Go South. I don't know how I feel about it right now, but now this one I'm tipping an upset for. Newcastle $3.62, Penrith $1.29 up at Newcastle. I think Penrith will get. I think Newcastle will get it done.
I like it.
You've
convinced me.
1 to 12. It's going to be a tight, very big defensive match. I think Newcastle will be in line to get a couple guys back. The way Fletcher Hunt played, the way Fletcher Sharp played, I'm going Newcastle to win.
Yeah, it's either going to be like that close Nui win or Penrith they turn it up again.
Manly at home paying $1.38 to Paris $3.05.
And according to a close source of mine, I'd have to fact check this, but Mitch Moses has never won at Brookvale.
Should we Google it?
Yeah, search it up. Well, I'll tell you. Well, I'm probably going to be there, mate. I'm going to be on the hill there at the game. Manly Para, they've always had a nice little rivalry going. I think, both teams that dominated the 80s have carried that rivalry into the 21st century. But I'm going to have to stick to what I said a few weeks back when Siebes got the flick. Manly win. They'll go from 0-3 to 3-3, and they'll beat Para. They'll beat Para 1-12. I'm going to say. I think it'll be a close matchup.
I'm going Manly. I just think Manly will just get the job done. I think the way Fogarty's finding form, and yeah, it is true. Mitch Moses has not recorded a victory at 4 Pines Park or Brookvale Oval.
All right, guys, thank you very much for tuning into another episode of the RMTV Podcast. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notifications for next week because we'll be talking about a Roosters 50-plus win.
Someone's confident.
All right, guys, thank you very much. See you next week.